Welcome to The Explainer. Today we are breaking down some really complex forces that are shaping our world. We're diving into this powerful convergence of technology, national security, and, economic anxiety that's really defining the year ahead.
This one idea from JP Morgan's 2026 Outlook, it just perfectly captures the moment we're in. It's a time where all these incredibly powerful and often contradictory trends are just colliding head-on.
So in this explainer, we're going to explore this whole convergence. We'll look at the AI supercycle that's fueling the markets, a super high-stakes standoff between big tech and the military, rising global tensions, and of course, what it all means for the US economy and for you, the American consumer.
Okay, so let's jump right into this idea of a polarized world. And we're not just talking about politics here. According to market analysts, this polarization is literally splitting the stock market between the high-flying AI stocks and then pretty much everything else. And it's creating a really similar divide in the real economy.
JP Morgan researchers are pointing to these three forces as the main drivers for the year. You've got central banks all moving at different speeds, the AI boom just rewriting all the rules for investment, and these trends are pulling the economy in totally different directions. It's creating a landscape where, as one analyst put it, risk and resilience are coexisting in this very, very fragile balance.
Now let's talk about the primary engine driving this new economy, the AI boom. It has become way more powerful than anyone could have possibly anticipated. $68.1 billion. That was Nvidia's revenue in just the fourth quarter of fiscal year 2026. And to give you some context, that number just blew past even the most optimistic Wall Street expectations. And that massive revenue, it turned into an 82% increase in profit year over year. But look, this staggering growth isn't just one company's success story. It's really a signal of a massive industry-wide wave of investment in AI infrastructure that's spreading into everything: banking, healthcare, logistics, you name it. And this quote right here, it just perfectly illustrates the core belief that is driving trillions of dollars in the market. The idea that we are in the very, very early stages of a game-changing industrial revolution. And the demand for the tools to build it, well, it's practically insatiable. But this AI boom isn't happening in a vacuum. Nope. It's colliding head-on with the hard realities of national security, and it's creating a major standoff between one of AI's leading companies and the US military. The conflict between the AI maker Anthropic and the Pentagon has escalated, and fast. After its AI was used in a military operation, the Defense Secretary has now issued a firm deadline. You either remove your ethical guardrails for military use, or you face the consequences. At its core, this is really a fundamental disagreement over control. On one hand, the Pentagon is demanding total technological sovereignty, basically the right to use these powerful tools for any legal purpose it sees fit. But on the other side, you have Anthropic, holding firm to its founding principles of AI safety and refusing to let its models be used for things it considers just too dangerous. Okay, so let's zoom out a little bit because this tension between technology and security, it's part of a much larger pattern of global instability. And to really see how fragile things are, all we have to do is look at the Middle East. The situation in Iran right now is a perfect storm. Internally, you've got ethnic and political groups that are actively planning for the regime's collapse. The economy is in absolute freefall, with reports that even regime officials are moving their money out of the country. And all of this is happening while Iran is trying to negotiate its nuclear program and, at the same time, conducting aggressive military drills in one of the world's most critical shipping lanes. So let's bring this whole story back home and see how these immense global forces of technology and geopolitics connect with U.S. policy and the people it affects every single day. So, in response to all these global pressures, the administration is pushing a really strong America First industrial policy. A key example of this is the new Maritime Action Plan. It's this sweeping blueprint designed to reverse the decades-long decline of U.S. shipbuilding and to reduce our reliance on foreign supply chains. And, along with that industrial strategy, a major trade policy shift is on the table, a proposed 15% tariff on all imported goods. Now, this would be one of the biggest protectionist moves we've seen in recent memory, and it would have a direct impact on the prices every single American consumer pays. Now here's where it gets really interesting. This slide reveals this deep split in how consumers are actually feeling about the economy. The Present Situation Index, it's pretty stable. People feel okay about their current job and business conditions. But look at that Expectations Index. So here's the crucial point.
While people feel okay right now, their anxiety about the future, about their income, about jobs, about where the economy is headed in the next 6 months, that anxiety has been flashing a huge warning sign for over a year straight.
So that brings us to our final section, navigating the road ahead. I mean, think about it. We've seen an AI-fueled market hitting historic highs, colliding with rising geopolitical risk. We have a major policy shift toward protectionism happening at the exact same moment the American consumer is more worried about the future than they've been in years. So the question is, what happens when all these powerful forces finally converge?
This convergence, this is the defining challenge of 2026. It's creating this incredibly fragile environment where explosive technological growth and profound economic risk are completely and totally inseparable.
Which leaves us with the critical question for the year ahead. In a world of colliding forces, where does resilience end and risk begin? All of these trends are pulling in different directions, and the real challenge is to see which one is going to break first.